this is Reverend Don Lewis coming to you from beautiful Florida. And today our question comes to us from Angelo. And Angelo's question is another follow-up on that subject of karma. And Angelo's question is this: do we have any particular exercises or techniques to help us to become more aware of our karma and more able to deal with it? And my answer to this is that yes, there are techniques that you can use to do this. And in fact, an entire chapter of my third degree book is devoted to the subject of karmic disentanglement, which is obviously addressing your karma. And there are many different things that you can bring to bear in this, but the first thing that you must do is to isolate those issues that need to be addressed. And meditation and divination are particularly good ways to do this, as also is self-reflection, to simply look for where you're feeling the pressure. And things that tell you you have a karmic issue are things like repeating situations, very deep blockages that seem to come from, for example, past life situations or from situations you cannot otherwise identify, and various other things. You want to go in through the emotion. You want to go in through whatever angle causes you to think it might be karmic in character. And you can also just go looking for karmic situations, but usually when people are looking to heal karma, it's something that is in fact putting pressure on them at the time. And some people like to work with the Akashic records, which are known by various names, but basically are ways of consulting the universe as to what you want to know, in this case your karma, and that would be another way to approach isolating what it is that you want to work with in terms of identifying and healing your karma. How do you do it? Well, I would say that almost anything that can be used for shadow work can be brought to bear for working with karma in particular. Karma is certainly not the only kind of shadow work, but it does definitely come under that heading. And I'm sure it will not surprise anyone that the technique I would most recommend for working with karmic issues is soul retrieval, and I think you will find it the most powerful and the most versatile that you can use for this purpose, but you can also address it in many other ways, including past life regression, including various forms of personified healing, energetic healing that approaches it without necessarily knowing what it is, but rather by finding the energetic blockage, because it has that aspect. These are all different ways that you can address the karma when you've identified it. And again, as I say, you don't always actually have to identify what it is. And in fact, sometimes that's virtually impossible. What you have to identify is the effect and go in through that. The effect, again, can be emotional. It can be in terms of situations playing in your life. It can be in terms of fears or phobias. But whatever it is, you can go into it through that to find the way to heal it. And these are various different techniques I would recommend for healing it. Again, meditation and divination can be helpful at every stage in working with karma. And in particular, if you work with spirit guides or patron deities, having their assistance throughout the process is very helpful and can be very important, and I would very strongly recommend it. So these are the things that I would suggest if you want to become more familiar with karmic issues that you may be dealing with, and also how to deal with them when you've identified them. So I hope you find that helpful, and until next time, may you blessed be. Hello, this is Reverend Don Lewis coming to you from witchschool.com. Are you looking for the best in pagan and magical education? With more than 12,000 pages, witchschool.com is like having your own personal library with individual learning assistants to help you study. And Witch School's Anyone, Anytime, Anywhere education system is available any place on Earth, anywhere you are and anytime you want it, as long as you have an internet connection. Witch School's lifetime memberships are a great value. They really do last a lifetime. They've been there for years and they'll be there for years to come. So get your membership today at witchschool.com.